Hello everybody, this is P-Town. Welcome back to another episode here on the Intricate Epic server. This is episode number 13, and today we've got some exciting stuff planned for sure. But first I gotta make a quick trip back to spawn to repair Picky Picks here. He's running out of juice. Oh, dang, you're getting expensive, Picky Picks. Wait, there you go, 9 levels, that's much better. Oof, I don't know how much longer we can keep repairing him though. He's getting pretty costly. But while I was here at spawn, I figured we could take a quick look around before we get to our main project for today, which is of course finishing up the zombie arena minigame combat map project of Awesomeness that we've been working on forever. But seriously, it's almost done. I've got some exciting progress to show you guys too. But I heard there were some things being developed here at spawn. It looks like there's... Ooh! This is one of those new doors. This is the acacia door. I like it. That's nice. Okay, so I probably shouldn't be here. This looks like redstone. I heard somebody was working on the death games. Very cool. Looks like it's still a work in progress though, so we'll check back on that in the near future, because I think death games could be fun. Although actually, I don't usually wear armor, so I may be easy pickings. Alright guys, here we are back at the arena project we've been working on forever. This guy. Okay, you know what? You're stuck, buddy. He keeps climbing up on top of those chests, and now you're stuck. No, never mind. He's more fearless than I thought. Next time I'm taking all those furnaces out, though, and you're stuck, for sure. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's been a pal. This guy has been around since, like, the beginning of the project. I think he was in a cave when we were first starting on, like, the first stage, and he's been, like, wandering around the whole map, just checking out the progress, keeping an eye on me, telling me, good job, keep it up. Yep, very encouraging. But anyway, first things first, I want to replace these banners because I don't like them. They're okay, but they were just kind of something I was experimenting with when banners first came out. And, yeah, they're alright, but we can do better. In fact, we will do better. I have a plan for a banner that I came up with a little while ago. I think it's pretty sweet. And it looks something like this. So we do a white stripe. I'm not going to tell you what it is, actually. You'll see what it is. Then we do a black stripe. And then we go... Oops. Blue on the side. Blue on the other side. Little vine. Border action. Bam! 6 sword. Can you see it? Can you see the sword? I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. So I think I'm going to be using that for the arena. And I may do this thing where I put the banners up only if like the game is ready to play, or I have like another banner that's like a big red X if the game's not ready to play, so that way people can tell just at a glance whether or not the zombies are in place and ready to roll. So anyway, speaking of ready to roll, how do I get in? I think it was this one. Yeah, I've been cleaning up quite a bit, trying to tidy up everything, get it ready for its very first official play test, which won't be done by me, by the way. It'll be done by some other members on the server, whoever's interested. And I hope that will be very, very soon. So I added some redstone things, just talk about them briefly. First, if you remember, this is a latch that closes behind the player once they've entered stage 3. The problem, though, is that it's activated by pressure plates that are above this row of clay blocks. Actually, I'll hop up real quick so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Bam. Okay, yeah. So there are pressure plates here, and zombies are loaded in through these towers here. The boss zombie here, 3 guys coming in from this side and this side. So the problem with that, with the way it was set up before, was that the zombies could wander around this room and possibly hit these pressure plates and lock them. So the player wouldn't actually be able to get into stage 3. So what I did is I added some pistons in the water columns that are pushing a glass block inside of the column right now. Same thing for there and there. And those will retract only when the player first press... Actually, no. They retract when the player steps on the pressure plates. So they won't release the zombies into stage 3 until the player himself or herself is locked into stage 3. So I think that's a fairly simple but effective solution to that potential problem. Speaking of potential problems, let's run down let's run down to the redstone underneath because I found an actual real problem. Actually, guys, there's one more thing I totally forgot to show you before we head down to check out some of the redstone stuff. I want to show you real quickly. If you remember, there's a hidden door in the wall here, somewhere around here. Can't remember exactly which box it is because it's, as you can see, totally hidden. And it only activates once the player puts the quest sword from the boss zombie here into this chest. It also works with this sword. So, just like this. Oh yeah. And this leads to the finished victory room. Oh yeah. Not a whole lot to it, but I just kind of wanted to use some of these new blocks that we got from the monument the other day when we did that raid with all the other guys. And at first I was, well, I don't have any with me, but I was using the like brick variants of this prismarine. But I realized that prismarine has this really cool animation to it. It's very slow. It's very slow. Very slow, but you can see it's kind of getting darker. Sometimes it has like a purplish hue. So I was like, man, we have to use those. They're so cool. I love blocks that change. That's awesome. Minecraft needs more. So use some of these sea lanterns. I only have one left, so we really need to set up a guardian farm on this server. But the prize, the victory prize for beating this game, if somebody does indeed make it that far, will be in this chest once I decide what it will be, as well as like a book that says something like, congratulations, you're a total boss, you beat the game. But yeah, that's all there is to it. And then you exit back into the real world. So I'm going to get my sword back. How should I do that? I'm going to break in, I guess, and get my sword back. And I'll meet you guys down at the redstone stuff because I found some flaws that solving them will hopefully fix all of our problems, make them all go away. Alright guys, here we are at the unloading and gear equipping mechanisms down beneath the map. The map is like 20, 30 blocks up there. Or actually the first level starts like 15 blocks above us. No, not even, like 10 blocks above us. Anyway, I was just trying to tidy up a little bit because some of this was visually confusing, at least for me. And if it was for me, it was probably for you guys too. So I just outlined the rails with this granite, which I kind of regret because granite is not the prettiest block, but at least it makes things a little more clear. I also put the reset line for the water channels from these dispensers. I outlined that with these slabs, which I think looks, I don't know, it's not pretty looking. I wouldn't call it pretty, but it's clearer to me, if that makes sense. And as I was doing that, I discovered some serious flaws in the redstone. If you remember, there were 3 issues we had last time. The first is that the zombies were too far away. Like the spawner is like 200 blocks. The spawner that we're using to get all the zombies for this game is like 200 blocks that way. It's too far away. Zombies were running into unloaded chunks in their carts, and they weren't making it all the way over here. So I've got a solution worked out for that. That won't involve recruiting somebody like Scott, even though it was really nice of him to come help us out. Ideally, the best solution wouldn't involve like multiple people running multiple machines at the same time. So that was one problem, and we'll get to that in a second. The second problem was that somewhere along the way, like one zombie got unloaded here, but the cart like triggered all of these pressure plates. It was really weird. I don't really understand what happened. But my hypothesis is that there was like a desync between the server and the client in zombie position. So the server thought that the zombie was like 1 block over because it looked like he was 1 block to the right of the rail. So I think that's what caused him to activate these pressure plates. I'm not sure about that, but I have a potential solution worked out for that too if that's the problem, which we'll get to in a second. The last problem that we had, which I just figured out, was that all of these water channels got activated at some point. They all got tripped for like the whole thing, all 37 of these guys. So even like the ones way over here where the zombies never made it. If you haven't seen these before, the way these work, when a zombie is ejected from this activator rail onto this pressure plate, water is dispensed from here, causing him to swim up, and this redstone block moves out of the way of the activator rail, which allows the next zombie to be dispensed via that activator rail onto that pressure plate, and so on and so forth. And all of that water got ejected, which is no bueno. And here is the problem right here. Just this 1 block. That's the bad guy right here. What happened was when a zombie enters the pressure plate You can't quite see it. Yeah, when he lands on this pressure plate here, this is like slot number 15 or so. Redstone signal is taken out of that block right there via this repeater, and it goes up like this. And I was using these slabs since they're one way, like signal can only go upwards, they can't go back down, to act as one-way gates. The problem was I put a block at the exact same level, which allowed that signal to propagate throughout the entire map, because this is our reset button right here. That's what triggers all of the dispensers with the water. And so the same thing was happening when a zombie landed on that pressure plate as that button pressed. So here's the solution for this. Bam. Wait, hold on. Bam. Simple as that. Because this way... Oh, we need to put the button on too. Yeah. There. Yep. This way, when a zombie lands on this pressure plate, it won't activate this entire line, since this is going only up. So I hope that makes sense. Alright, onwards to the next solution. Alright everybody, here we are back at the automatic persistent zombie sorter. This is what we use to get the zombies into the game, and it's also the machine that Hotshot Scott was operating for us in the last episode. While I was about 200 blocks or so that way, keeping those chunks loaded. He was over here keeping these loaded. One thing that's changed, by the way, and I kind of mentioned it in passing in the last episode, but I had to replace all of the lava that I was using to break carts and put them in the hopper. Because in a recent patch, lava starts destroying carts completely. So, yeah, I burned up like 40 mine carts before I realized what was going on. So, yeah, that's all been replaced with safed cactus. Safety first, guys. So, instead of having to rely on somebody being online and around and able to operate this machine while I'm over there loading the game chunks, I came up with a solution that only involves one person. Because, yeah, don't want to have to rely on having multiple people keeping all the chunks loaded. That's kind of obnoxious. So what I've done is I put in a halfway checkpoint here. This is kind of like what we've got at the sorter. It unloads zombies from their mine carts via this cactus, which breaks the carts. And kind of similar to activator rails, ejects them into the northwest block. So, northwest. There it goes. So, when a zombie is riding in a minecart, hits the cactus, it'll break, and it'll drop them into this hole here. It'll push them into the corner, where their minecarts are funneled via a hopper system down to this dispenser here, this activator rail, or not activator rail, powered rail on top. And right now it's off, but as soon as I pull this lever, it starts up a hopper timer down there. It pushes the redstone block, yeah, next to the powered rail and the dispenser, powering both. Yeah, so pretty nifty. So that way I can stand over there at the sorter, pump out some zombies, get them here, unload them here, then come over, turn this on, and ship them back over. That way, as you know, as I move down the line, I kind of load the chunks with me as I go. And yeah, hopefully, I think that should work. I've also added one. Oh, by the way, give it up for sweet water curtains. Oh yeah. I hit a ravine on the way and yeah, put up some blocks to channel the water over the sides. I think it looks pretty. So up here, I've added another checkpoint, just like the one we've got back behind us. Does the same thing, breaks the blocks, or breaks the mine carts on the cactus block, which drops them down this hole. And the lever here powers that hopper clock. So yeah, I think that should solve our multiple people loading chunk issue. And I'm hoping that by taking the zombies out of the minecarts and then putting them back into minecarts here, it'll also fix our position desync issue that I think is what was triggering all of those pressure plates that last time over here. So yeah, hopefully we'll give that a go and see if that works. And there's one other thing about the game that kind of threw me off. Well, first of all, if you saw the last episode, there were a lot of zombies with wooden swords in the very first part of the game. There's only supposed to be one. I think what they did is they just, because all of these were triggered, the wooden swords got dropped on the ground, and as zombies rode by, they picked them up, which is how they ended up with wooden swords when they weren't supposed to have them. Because I checked the dispensers, and yeah, I didn't put wooden swords in the wrong places, so I think that was it. But anyway, wooden swords, I think, are a little too much. I was checking out the tooltips a little more closely. And wooden swords have an attack damage of +4. Stone swords have attack damage of +5. Okay, that's only one better than wooden swords. I thought stone swords were a lot better. And iron swords have +6. So I made all of the wooden tools and organized them in order of strength. So wooden shovel is the weakest, gives +1. A wooden pickaxe gives +2. An axe gives +3. A wooden sword +4. Stone sword +5. Iron sword +6. So that is an order of strength. So I think what we need to do is kind of tone it down a little bit, because an unarmored player, when they're hit by a regular zombie, will take 2 hearts of damage. If he's holding a wooden sword, they'll take 5 hearts of damage, I believe. Yeah, a wooden pickaxe does 4 hearts of damage. Wooden sword does 5. Stone sword does 5.5. And iron sword does 6, I believe. I believe that's how that works. So I don't want the player to encounter too much like danger right off the bat. I mean, it's dangerous enough taking on 4 zombies unarmed. But when we're coming at you with wooden swords, you can take 1 hit, and then the next hit you're dead. So I think what we're going to do is switch those out with wooden pickaxes for the most part. And maybe keep some stone swords around. Maybe an iron sword for the boss, just to make him menacing. But yeah, this is all stuff that will be sorted out in playtesting as you know, we balance and rebalance and see how the game goes and everything. Because I don't want it to be too easy, and I also don't want it to be impossible. Alright everybody, I think that about covers all of the problems we were having last episode as far as potential solutions go for that. So as long as everything goes smoothly, I'm going to open this up to public playtesting as soon as this episode is done. And as soon as I get some stuff, like some zombies and gear loaded up into the game, which is sweet. So there's one last thing I'd like to do. Well, I still need to finish off the spires on top of the roof. But yeah, I think we could add some nature to this. So I've got some leaves, some oak saplings, and some oak leaves. So maybe we'll just hide some of this lighting. Yeah, some new bushes to make it pretty. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Just to give it a little more, I don't know, natural character. Oh, I'd totally like to have, I know what I want. A huge tree right here. I think this is the way this works. Come on, give me tree. Oh, yeah. That's kind of weak. Let me try again. All right, massive tree, take 2. Whoa. 1 shot. I mean, nah, I want like a really big one. You know what I mean? I'm talking really big. Let's try one more time. While we're waiting for these leaves to decay, let's keep on pushing it up, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done a whole lot with like bushes and hidden lighting and stuff, but I guess this is fine. Let's do a tree over here too. Why not? Right here. Give me a tree. Whoa, whoa. That one's really big. I kind of like it though. It may be a little too big. Nah, it's cool. Go big or go home. That's what they say. So yeah, I still need to hide some of this lighting. Let's oak leaves this one. Yeah, very cool. But yeah, this map, I mean, it's aesthetic wise could use just a couple little more touches and everything, but it's done. It's ready to play. So yeah, this is officially open for public playtesting as soon as I get everything rolling. So yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, though, I'm not going to be the one doing the playtesting. It's going to be from here on other players. So yeah, I guess I'll like tweet those out if I'm live streaming an event or something with this, or if somebody releases a video with this in it, I guess I'll put that on Twitter. I mean, if you don't know my Twitter, it's in the usually in the channel description, or not channel description. The links, channel, video description. Hey, that's what it's called. Let's do another tree right here. Let's do a big one. Oh yeah, I'm all about them big ones. Here we go. Don't use up all. Oh, I used up all my bone meal. I brought more. Oh yeah, that is a sweet tree. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Oh wait, no, can't say goodbye just yet. We have one more massive tree to grow. You know, adding trees and nature and stuff just really It's just that one little touch that makes it come to life. You know what I'm saying? It's magical. All right, that's enough leaves. Come on. Give me a big tree. Big tree. Are you kidding me? That is the weakest tree I've ever seen. Okay, I'm going to keep trying to grow some big trees. And maybe I'll try to hide some more lighting and stuff. But like I said, this is pretty much donezo. So hope you guys are excited for the official playtesting stuff. Of course, I'm going to be rebalancing and stuff. And I still have some secrets to add into the game, like little Easter eggs and fun surprises and stuff. But like I said, I'm not going to be showing that on camera because some of the guys from the server may see it, and I don't want to spoil anything like that. So, yeah. The sun is setting on this episode of Intricate Affect. Oh. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are excited for some real playtesting. And I'll see you guys again next time.